Hello, I'm Scott Ryden, and it's my pleasure again to bring you a weekly update from your City of Decatur government. The Mayor and City Council had one of their regular meetings last Monday, and they went about the business of conducting and managing city government. They continued work on the many different actions that they have to approve, contracts and resolutions and arrangements for the upcoming Brush College Road and Ferries Parkway project, expected to go to a bid letting in January. Once we have the bid letting and we know who the contractor is going to be, I'll be able to share with you more details about the specific planning and when certain streets will close and what the detour arrangements will be. We've got a pretty good idea how some of that's going to work out, but until we actually have a contractor awarded, we don't know some of those details. But it is going to be disruptive there on the east side of the city, and the project will last for at least 2 years once it begins. Some of the other actions that the City Council took are just the stuff of local city government. The state is working on a new bridge deck for the Williams Street bridge over Lake Decatur this coming season in 2022. And we had to do an agreement with the state, for example, to put lighting on the bridge and decide how we were going to pay for that. The city also had a contract for its very large tree removal that it does every year. These are just the things of local government. At the same time that it's taking these decisions, this is the time of year when the mayor and city council are putting together their annual budget. The budget, kind of a simple word, but really it is perhaps the most important decision that the city council makes in the course of a year, because in it, the city council decides where the revenue and where the expenditures will come from for all of the programs, for all of the departments of the city, and it's nearly $200 million. The city is fortunate in 2022, I believe, because it is the recipient of a great deal of federal relief money related to pandemic. It's a two-edged sword, though, because that money, which is a one-time allotment to the city of Decatur and other cities across the United States, but it's a one-time, and so we have the good fortune to have that flowing through our budget in 2022 and for a portion of 2023, after which it will come to an abrupt end. And so the council has to be very, very prudent, very conservative in how it puts together the budget for 2022, because even if 2022 isn't going to be a financially stressed year, it's that those are not too far away, and they have to make the appropriate decisions for it in the same way that any individual household might, knowing there's some big changes both in revenues and expenditures coming in and out here, that you plan for it in the year when things are a little bit better. One of the things that is included in the 2022 budget that the mayor and city council are working on is a set of decisions around how it should use its ARP money. That's the bill that really provides for nearly $35 million over a 2-year period coming to the city of Decatur from the federal government's relief plan. The decisions by the city council about that are still being formulated, but will be incorporated into the budget. And while they'll make some changes with the details of that as they go through the budget, I'm prepared to report to you that probably more than 80% of those monies will be going into rehabilitation in the urban core neighborhoods in accordance with the City Council's Neighborhood Revitalization Initiative, its #1 priority, and into water and sewer projects. Lake Decatur, as well as our entire water and sewer system, are certainly major assets, and we need to continue to invest in them. And by putting money into the system in this way, not only are we making the system better and more reliable, but the other thing that we're probably able to do is to forestall and put off much longer more serious rate increases that would otherwise be necessary to pay for the capital costs of these improvements. I think that it's really noteworthy that more than 80% of the ARP monies aren't going into some sexy visible project, some glitzy project that frankly is happening in some other cities in the United States in terms of how they think about how to use their ARP money. But it's going into things that are really at the core of the City Council's priorities and their values and our infrastructure. Rehabilitation of distressed neighborhoods as a part of our neighborhood revitalization program, and water and sewer projects. One of the other decisions that the City Council took at its last meeting was to adopt a policy whereby we work much more closely with the Convention and Visitors Bureau and the local Decatur Arts Council for more use, more activities, more festivals, more events, celebrations in downtown Decatur, especially around Central Park. And this is timely right now because the Convention and Visitors Bureau has coordinated a many months long project that remodels the interior of the transfer house. The transfer house is that structure in Central Park that is also our logo as a city of Decatur. It was constructed in 1896 and sat at the corner of Main and Main until 1962 when it was relocated to Central Park and has sort of become our icon since that time. And the interior of the building was in really sorry shape, and so the Convention and Visitors Bureau was able to arrange volunteers from the Trades and Labor Council, for which we're very thankful, as well as the money necessary to do the remodeling. So no city money actually went into the remodeling. We have helped with some other updates on the exterior because it's the city's responsibility to do that. And so that is going to be unveiled, that interior remodeling work is going to be unveiled after Thanksgiving. In kind of a small little ceremony that celebrates all of the people that made that happen. But it also is a way of saying, because of that remodeling, we're going to be able to make more functional use of the transfer house going forward. And the City Council gave me the authority to work with the Convention and Visitors Bureau and the Arts Council for them to take the lead more in bringing in some other events, especially in the wake of Decatur Celebration not being a part of our summer activity and our summer calendar anymore. So we're really looking forward to working with the Convention and Visitors Bureau. We're thankful to the work of Terry Hamill and the other people on her team to make this happen, and you'll be hearing more about that in the media as well. So thank you again for this opportunity to tell you more about what's going on from the city, and we'll be back again next week to share some more.